Today it's time to do another early morning flight on my Flite T28, the 1.1. So let's go outside and get this one up in the air. This Trojan has a really good yellow color, so it's very easy to see in the sky. It also does have a great power on 4S.
0 volts, 24 amps, 23 Celsius.
And I think this is the third T28 in the Flite lineup. So this is the simplest one. Then you have a 1.2 with retracts, and then you have a really large 2-meter yellow one as well. So the upside of this one is that it is a really affordable model, and it looks beautiful. I think that the landing gears are not really too fun. They look kind of poor, really. And it's a really simple large airplane, which I think is a good thing because you're not really worried when you fly this one, so you can just push it. This one also is a great first warbird if you're interested in trying warbird RC airplanes, just because it is inexpensive, very easy to fly, very little stall tendency, and you can grow with it and just, like I'm doing now, just push this one around the sky. It's a really fun one. I just wish for the landing gears to be a little bit better. You can run this one for a really long time. So of course, when I push it like this, flight time is reduced, but if you just take it easy, I think you can get away with like 8 minutes or something. So there is more or less nothing this one can't do. You can just go around the sky and it won't get squirrely or anything odd happening. It's also really simple to assemble this RC airplane. I think there is like one screw to hold the main wing. You have to attach the aileron, the rear stabilizer. On mine, I have a few screws just to because I do take my RC airplanes apart when I don't fly them. So I have screws, but in stock configuration, you're supposed to use tape, and then you need to snap in the landing gears then. And the only fiddly thing is the nose gear, because you have to put in a screwdriver through the cowl and the fake engine details, and it's a little bit tight and the wrong angle just to get it tight, but that's the only problem when it comes to assemble this RC airplane. So as you can see, I mean, you can do whatever you want with this plane. It's very forgiving and still very able. At the same time, it's a RC airplane that have really great features, and you do get an extra propeller in the package as well. This propeller then, it's a really flexible one, so even the first T28 I got, which I severely just crashed and separated the wing from the fuse, the prop did survive. So flexible props then have a disadvantage of they won't break as easily as stiffer propellers. You can fly this one also really slow even without flaps. Just comparing this one to the Arrows RC T28 at 1.1 meter, and the Arrows feature retracts, and it's kind of an interesting design also. But in my experience, all the Arrows RC warbirds, they are tail heavy if you look at in the manual how you're supposed to set CG. So the best thing is to run them on 4S and have the battery just all the way forward. This one, on the other hand, regardless of 3S and 4S, it balanced really well.
30 seconds.
In my experience, I mean, almost all E-flite RC airplanes are well set up right out of the box. I think that the exception then might be the UMX RC airplanes, because I've had a few that just wanted to pitch up too much because they were tail heavy. But when you reach like these 1.1 to larger RC airplanes, they're really well balanced. So even though the landing gears are quite simple, I think they do survive quite well. I'm not too fond of these kind of plates underneath which you clip in the landing gears, but so far so good.
24 amps, 35 Celsius.
I think this is a fantastic flying RC airplane. It's so uncomplicated, it's so lightweight, it does have this great color on it. And even if you have kind of a rougher grass, I think these kind of simple wheels just handle it great. Now I have replaced the wheels on mine, so these are kind of rubber wheels. They have no name on them really, so I cannot say where I got them, but I had them in my toolbox. And I mean, it's so easy to assemble this one screw then for the main wing. I put on screws then to mine to hold the rear stabilizer on my RC airplane, because in stock configuration you're supposed to have tape. But that's more or less it. I think it's a I mean, one of the best T28s if you just want to have a good time flying them and you're not worried about having to deal with broken retracting landing gears, or I mean anything else. It's also a really lightly loaded RC airplane, so you can fly slow without any problems really. So I mean, to me at least, I think this is a fantastic T28. A little bit overlooked maybe over time, because you have like the 1.2 with retracts and everything, and then you have the larger one. I think that's a 2 meter yellow, which is just fantastic, but also so expensive to purchase 6S batteries and to purchase the RC airplane. So this one, at least to me, is the perfect size of a T28.